On leadership, yes, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Agyapong. So a leader is someone who is purpose-driven with a vision and goal-oriented. Thank you.
A leader is someone who is purpose-driven and goal-oriented. All right. Any other? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I think that for us to look at a leader, we must first visit the greatest of all, that is Jesus Christ. And so when the two sons of Zebedee came to meet Jesus, they wanted to sit at the right and on the left side of God when they go into the kingdom. The answer Jesus gave was very profound, that the greatest among you all should be the servant. I believe that any leader or anyone who aspires to be a leader should first have that ability to serve. And so if you don't have the ability to serve, you don't qualify to be a leader. Thank you very much.
All right. So what he's saying is that leadership is about service. Do we agree? Yes. And he's coming from the biblical point of view. All right. Our informal session is almost coming to an end. I would like to acknowledge a few people. There are a lot of familiar faces I'm seeing here. We would acknowledge you. I would acknowledge all of you before I drop the microphone. All right. I'll receive the list shortly, and then we acknowledge all of us accordingly before the informal session ends. All right. The TESCON president. TESCON is the youth wing for the new patriotic party, okay, of which the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is a key member. All right, he's a key member of the party. All right. So the TESCON president for University of Ghana is here, Prince Apia Dankwa, and he's popularly known as Political Prince. That's him. All right, let's give it up for him. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. All right. Okay, let's now, so we are talking about leadership and we're also talking about entrepreneurship. So now let's branch into entrepreneurship. What do we know about, when we say somebody is an entrepreneur or entrepreneur, what does it mean? What is your understanding of entrepreneurship? Are there any entrepreneurs amongst us? Can we take a few thoughts and then we do the acknowledgements? Anybody, entrepreneurship, who is an entrepreneur? I'm not seeing any hands. Okay, all right.
I'm also Victoria. I offer home economics option 1. Entrepreneur is a person who embark any business that make profit. Thank you.
All right. Any person who embarks on any venture or business that will yield him profits. Any other thoughts? Yes, please.
I go by the name Prince Aqua, a general student. An entrepreneur is an individual who sees the opportunity to make profit from raw or unexploited resources. An entrepreneur is an individual who sees the opportunity to make profit from raw or unexploited resources.
All right.
This Prince again. I believe that there are problems all over around us. Every problem is actually a business. And so anybody who seeks to solve a problem that confronts a community, a society, or a nation, and identify practicable solutions to those problems he or she has identified is acting in the space of being an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur is someone who sees an opportunity that others do not see, immobilizes resources and sets them up. Thank you.
All right. So I think I agree with the last take a lot. In fact, I agree with all the thoughts that have been shared. All right. But the last one says that the entrepreneur sees opportunities that others do not see. And truly, we can tell, like Mr. Prince from Pram SHS said, every problem is a business. All right. There are so many businesses. Why is it that some people decided to take the initiative or the risk to open these businesses to solve problems that we always complain about? All right. So the entrepreneur takes that proactive step to solve those problems. All right. He sees what other people do not see and then goes ahead to solve the problems that the very problems or the same problems that we keep complaining about. All right. Is there any difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman? Is there any difference? Or is it the same thing? An entrepreneur and a businessman. Any difference? Yes, please.
I like to use this illustration. You have a mango. A businessman sells the mango raw. An entrepreneur will package the mango in a juice form and sells it. That shows the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. In essence, the mango will worth, let's say, $2, but the entrepreneur adds value to the mango and sells it at $4. And that is an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
I think that there is a difference and there's also a similarity. An entrepreneur looks at or finds the opportunities, while the businessman can invest into that opportunity to make money. So, but at the end of the day, both of them are looking at making profit and money.
All right. So the thin line or the difference between the two is the innovation that one brings on board. All right. Okay. So the innovation, the creativity that one brings on board is what separates one from the other. All right. So with time, if there are no more mangoes, the businessman will fold. All right. The businessman will continue to sell the mangoes in their raw state. So long as the mangoes are there, they can fund his lifestyle. They can fuel his luxuries or luxurious lifestyle. All right. When mango is not in season, he folds. All right. But the entrepreneur keeps looking out for other opportunities to grow and to solve problems. Please, are we on the same page? Can we take a few more thoughts? I think we have some more time. A few more thoughts on leadership, on entrepreneurship. If you want to become a national leader, if you want to become a national leader, like Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong is, what are some of the skills you think? What are some of the skills that you think that one must possess for national leadership? All right, leadership at the top level. We heard that he has been on so many boards. He has chaired so many boards. All right. I mean, administration after administration, he has been on boards and committees and others. What are some of the skills that you think that are required for leadership? If somebody wants to be a leader, what are the skills that the person needs to have in order to be called a leader, or in order to be qualified to be called a leader? Are there any skills? Yes, please, Mr. Samuel.
Yeah, I'll say one. You need to be a problem solver. Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. Yes.
The person must have a vision.
The person must have a
vision.
All right, thank you very much. Yes.
The person must be courageous enough to take firm decisions and to take risks.
The person must be courageous enough to take firm decisions and take risks. Do we agree? Without courage, you can't lead. Without courage, you can't lead. Very true. Any other skills? Yes.
The person must have the ability to unite his or her followers.
All right. So the person must be a unifier, right? The person must be a unifier. The person must have the ability to unite followers. All right. Yes.
The person must be hardworking.
Hardworking. Yes. What do you mean by hardworking?
Let's say, for instance, you have a project. You have a project somewhere and you want it, like let's say, for instance, Central University, and you're sponsoring the school. And as a leader of the school, you make sure that you follow up everything. You not be like, oh, let the labours work this week. Oh, I'm not there, I'm not this one. It's like you are being a laissez-faire leadership. You have to be a democracy leadership involving your followers and you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yes.
Okay, I believe that to be a leader, you must be empathetic. You must feel the pain of your people to be able to serve them and provide what they need for them at every point in time. Thank you.
So empathy is one of the key things in leadership, right? Empathy. Put yourself in the shoes of others, all right? Try and understand how others are feeling, okay? It's a key part of leadership, okay? And I think that these principles or these skills can also be applied to entrepreneurship, true or false? Yes, I mean, you should be hardworking, you should be creative, you should be innovative, you should be empathetic. All right. One very important question that people normally ask when it comes to leadership is, or leading, is that are leaders born or leaders are made? Are leaders born or made? Can we answer that question today? Or we should leave it for Honorable Ken to answer. Are leaders born or made? Can anybody give us an answer? Okay, please, I'll come to you, but let's see if the students can. All right. Are leaders born or made? Yes, please.
So as for me, I'll say, so I'm Lorraine. So as for me, I'll say leaders are born but not made. Why? The reason why I said it is because you can go into a training center and they can train you to be a leader, but you don't have that qualities. But if you are born, it's like no matter what is it is for you. I like the statement that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah made that I'm not an African because I was born in Africa, but Africa was born in me. Thank you.
So she's saying that these days there are a lot of training centers, right? Training organizations that are set up solely to train people. Somebody can say, well, I have a vision to train 10,000 young leaders in the next 5 years. All right. And she is saying that you can go through all that training and yet you lack the skills or the leadership capabilities. So in her opinion, leaders are born. You can't make a leader. That is her opinion. Is there any other view? Does anyone share a different opinion? Okay. All right, Mr. Okay.
I'm in the person of Kennedy once again. I would say both. Because if you want to look at a born, when you say leaders are born, then you need to rely on the three theories. That has to do with the confidence, the intelligence, and what have you. But when you look at the constructive or the charismatic theory, you realize that in that perspective, the person needs to acquire some level of training among others. So I think both is accurate. Thank you.
I am science biased more, so there has always been this nature controversy. And if you look at the genetics aspect of a leader, I believe that the whole personality of a person must be looked at. In our setup, there are certain physical or observable traits that we usually admire, and then that makes it genetics, because if you are not tall, it's because of your genetics. If you are short, it's because of your genetics. Aside that, too, there are other temperaments that are also stemming from our genetic makeup. And so somebody can be very sporadic, somebody can be very spontaneous, indecisive, and all those things. Then we also look at the nature aspect. A study was conducted when we had two twins separated. Let's say one was sent to Ashaman, one was sent to East Legon. The nature of the two individuals will be different. And so you realize that the environment also have an influence in shaping the personality of an individual. And so even though the genetics has a part to play, how far you develop those qualities or traits that you acquire is dependent on the environment you find yourself in. And so leadership or leaders are not just born, or they are not just made. I think that it takes the two to have a good leader. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, I also think that leaders can be born and can also be made. If somebody who is not made to be a leader, is it leader or entrepreneur? Entrepreneur, a leader, all right. If he finds himself in a society where people have such qualities, he also learned to be a leader because he has been seeing people behave in a certain way, so learn from them and can become a leader. But if somebody who is born and find himself in a society, no matter what is happening, you will see that he will gather people around himself and lead them to do something that they didn't think they could even do. If you look at Kwame Nkrumah, I think he was such a person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, sir. Let's hear.
Hello. Hello. My name is Alexander Amano Nagbeku, Chairman, New Patriotic Party, Ashama Constituency. I strongly believe that a leader can either be made or be born, which is both. If a leader is made, the tendency of that person to become a leader is high. A leader can be made through coaching, simulation, etc. For instance, if I decided to take Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, an incoming president for 2028, inshallah, as my leader, I have to study the way he do his things. I believe one person said I like Honorable Kennedy Agyapong because of his honesty, right? He called a spade as it takes. So I will try to what? Emulate the way he do his things. And try to what? Copy the way he act. Copy the way he speak and act accordingly. I think gradually by so doing, I will become like that leader. Let us not forget that if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, whatever leader it is, you need to follow the steps of which your predecessors have followed, and by so doing, you will climb to that ladder. So I am saying that a leader can either be born or be made. So the two are there. That is my conclusion.
Thank you very much. Oh, let's give it up for him. Let's hear from Prince.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Agyapong Prince, University of Ghana TESCOM president. So when we talk about leadership, as to whether a leader is being born or being made, we can
your course and then your expectation.
Thank you very much. So I'm in the person of Master Ado Richmond, a science student. Yes, okay. So my expectations for today's program meeting Honorable is that we know and we've heard he's a warrior. He's a man of his words. So we are here to learn more from him, to know how to stand on our ground and to know how to strive for the future. Thank you.
Please, I'm the person of Paul Adamba, and my course is General Arts 1. So today, I expect, say, Kennedy to talk about how you get a perfect business idea and how to grow it.
How to get a perfect business idea and how to grow it. Any other? I'll take a last one, all right.
All right. My name is Joshua Chugbema Onyega, and I'm a general student. Okay. My expectation over here is about I wish some of us have a great future, and some of us want to become something great. So in becoming that thing great, we want to meet Sir Honorable Kennedy to teach us how to take our steps, to know what we want to become in future and how we have to plan about it. Thank you.
All right, I'm sure that by the time the presentation is over, most of the questions would have been answered. Central University, are you here? Central University, you are here. CBS, are you here? Central Business School. Faculty of Law, are you here? Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, you are here. All right. School of Pharmacy. Okay, so please, do you want to share a few thoughts with us? Do you, I'm seeing Senna, tell us something.
Hello everyone. I'm Sana Afisanano, and I'm a communication and media studies student in my 3rd year, and I would say it's a pleasure to be part of this program and sit at the feet of the Honorable and gain valuable insights from him, how he was able to make it to where he is today as a businessman and a national leader. It's a dream come true for me. So I'm happy to be here today. Thank you.
Any other person who wants to share some thoughts with us? Any other person? Oima? Please, this is an informal session, all right? So let's feel free. We are interacting. If there's anything on your mind, it may not even be a question, all right? There's something you want to say. Maybe you're an entrepreneur yourself, all right? So you can tell us how you made it. Okay.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Priscilla Ohima Bafo. I'm a level 400 communication studies student, and I'm very excited to be here. This is not my first time attending a seminar which Honorable Kennedy would be gracing, so I have heard a lot from him previously, but I definitely look forward to learning new things. One thing is that from every seminar I've attended, I always leave inspired, so I look forward to fresh inspiration from him today. Thank you very much.
All right, all right. I'm sure for others like Ohima, this is not your first time attending a program where the Honorable Kennedy is speaking. Myself, sometime 2019, there was a program at Nasford, and it was organized by Kennedy political pundits. Okay, and the theme of the program was Ghana Beyond Corruption. All right, and we could think of no other speaker than the Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. I think one thing that he's known for, all right, one thing that really projects him as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, is the fact that he's very honest, he's outspoken, all right, he speaks the truth, and that is what makes him the favorite of almost everybody, all right, across the political divide, all right. So you are likely to see people from from the different political parties gathering at his meetings, all right. So 2019 I was there, and I was more like a co-facilitator, all right. And today we are here, okay, after about 6 years, we are here again to listen to him. All right. Now, when we talk about leadership, a lot of books have been written about leadership. We've read a lot of materials about leadership. Today in the university, there are courses that we take on leadership, true or false. Yes, there are different kinds of leadership. Okay, servant leadership, strategic leadership, different kinds of leadership. All right. What is your idea of leadership? Do we have any idea what leadership is about? When we say somebody is a leader, who is a leader? Who is a leader? All right, you want to?
So my name is Lorraine from Pram Senior High School. I'm an home economics student. And a leader is an individual who helps a nation to attain its purpose for a better future. Thank you.
Please, is there any other take on leadership? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Ebenezer Agyapong. So a leader is someone who is purpose-driven with a vision and goal-oriented. Thank you.
A leader is someone who is purpose-driven and goal-oriented. All right. Any other? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I think that for us to look at a leader, we must first visit the greatest of all, that is Jesus Christ. And so when the two sons of Zebedee came to meet Jesus, they wanted to sit at the right and on the left side of God when they go into the kingdom. The answer Jesus gave was very profound, that the greatest among you all should be the servant. I believe that any leader or anyone who aspires to be a leader should first have that ability to serve. And so if you don't have the ability to serve, you don't qualify to be a leader. Thank you very much.
All right, so what he's saying is that leadership is about service. Do we agree? Yes, and he's coming from the biblical point of view. All right. Our informal session is almost coming to an end. I would like to acknowledge a few people. There are a lot of familiar faces I'm seeing here. We would acknowledge you. I would acknowledge all of you before I drop the microphone. All right. I'll receive the list shortly, and then we acknowledge all of us accordingly before the informal session ends. All right. The TESCON president. TESCON is the youth wing for the new patriotic party, okay, of which the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is a key member. All right, he's a key member of the party. All right. So the TESCON president for University of Ghana is here, Prince Agyapong, and he's popularly known as Political Prince. That's him. All right, let's give it up for him. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. All right. Okay, let's now, so we are talking about leadership and we're also talking about entrepreneurship. So now let's branch into entrepreneurship. What do we know about, when we say somebody is an entrepreneur or entrepreneur, what does it mean? What is your understanding of entrepreneurship? Are there any entrepreneurs amongst us? Can we take a few thoughts and then we do the acknowledgements? Anybody? Entrepreneurship? Who is an entrepreneur? I'm not seeing any hands. Okay, all right.
I'm also Victoria. I offer home economics option 1. Entrepreneur is a person who embark any business that make profit. Thank you.
All right. Any person who embarks on any venture or business that will yield him profits. Any other thoughts? Yes, please.
I go by the name Prince Aqua, a general student. An entrepreneur is an individual who sees the opportunity to make profit from raw or unexploited resources. An entrepreneur is an individual who sees the opportunity to make profit from raw or unexploited resources.
All right. Thank you very much, Creative Alliance. Thank you very much. Whilst they were performing, I saw that our dignitaries were spraying them with money. I want you to, I just want to alert you or bring to your attention that all the monies they sprayed were in cedis. They were not in dollars. Okay. They were all in cedis. Okay, so we are safe. All right. All right. Thank you very much. So there's a gentleman here, Alex Sapon, a very fine gentleman here who graced us with some poetry. Let's receive Alex Sapon.
Good morning, everyone. And so this piece is one of my collections I titled Letters to My Young Child. This is the third piece on it. Oh, good afternoon. Okay, I think I was here in the morning, so I still feel it is morning, but that is fine. Okay, so the DJ will help me with this one. And especially that we are treating things on leadership, I think one of the essential things, I think Honorable Akompreko will agree with me that one of the essential things of leadership is focus. And I think one of the key things that switch the focus of the African man is the African woman. And so this is for all the men especially, but it's for all of us. And so let's enjoy this. If the technical people will help me with my sound. shoes? Okay, then I will just do it just like that. All right, so like I said, this is one of my collection from the Letters to My Young Child, the third one, and the title is The Spell of the I Can't Say It All. Abrabo, ni boy, enkankane say yeche races. You may be white, already victors. Oh no, yes, what I mean is when on your marks, and yes, I will take Pia Dacia Browers Permochenka, JK won't call them the da saying, I was not when you will be bar. There's a copy against them you can release with real ease, but production the change them the door. So into the 2 T's are for think and take time. Into the 2 T's are for think and take time. Can you consider this when you are enjoying the striptease? See, the real A is for aspiring for the apex. And yeah, more hand time. So aspire for the apex and do not think of these. I am speaking to all the gentlemen. I have lost my lines because I have practiced with the sound. Let me take it again. Thank you. Please clap for me. These things happen when you rehearse with your sound. Forget bone and sun to reach hard. In can say yeche races, you may be white, already victors. When you say you call your son say guitar. What I mean is when on your mark. And yes, I would say Piadas ya brow was permochenka, JK. When Kolanam Neda saying that was how you be bar. There's a copy, and you can release with real ease. But production the change them the door. So into the 2 T's are for think and take time. Can you think of these when you are enjoying the striptease? You see, the real A is for aspiring for the apex. And yeah, your hand time. So aspire for the relays na brabo bad contracts be and here will be sign. You see, they call us races because life is a relay, but turns pass on, nothing important and just pass away. But you, I hope you do, because your sons will appreciate like a salary that you give them a good raise. Follow waste and be wasted. The choice is yours. Media maka, oh fine, well fine, that is fine of course. But beware that someday we will ask for what you have done in this life, and you have to be able to produce it. Thank you very much. There's a summary of it. Thank you.
Oh, you can appreciate that. When you are enjoying it, think of the A. Thank you very much. And I can see in the audience right in front of me, Honorable Bisiu, former presidential staffer. You can appreciate him. And then also, okay, so as we progress, we'll introduce all the persons that will walk in. I'm reliably informed that the Dean for Student Affairs was seriously trapped in this very traffic, so a kid is bringing her, but the program is moving on. So at this point in time, Mr. DJ, whilst we prepare to enter into the key section of today's lectures, you will give us a very good tune, and then we will call the gentleman to introduce our keynote speaker for today. And so before you do that, we can see staff of the university who are present in today's program. We have with us Emilia Abrefi-Sapon, who is in charge of admission or the admissions office. Francis Danso, also at the estate. We have the finance directorate staff, senior staff here, Denise Lano. Then we have the PR department leads over here. We have Annabelle Jesse. And then the chaplaincy department, we have Babi Miraculous Mercy here. IT also is represented here by Kwesi Anane. And then we have Godwin Na, Xavier Ahiataku, David Akume, all from finance department, Daniel Amfo, counseling, career service, and then Kelvin Korte, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Thank you very much. Mr. DJ, please give us a musical interlude whilst we're prepared to invite our keynote speaker for the day. So DJ, please. The for Bishop. Whilst the DJ is trying to Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong is a mogul. Ladies and gentlemen, you will soon hear it from him that from selling PK on the street of Accra and later worked as a dishwasher in Germany, today Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong has become a highly successful businessman with over 45 years of business experience. Ladies and gentlemen, his businesses span several sectors of the national economy with massive presence in the media industry, massive presence in the manufacturing industry, and a strong presence in the cold storage industry. You would agree with me, and you would already know that Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong is the founder and the owner of Ken City Media Limited that operate Netu TV, Oman FM, Ash FM, NAP Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, in the field of manufacturing, among the several manufacturing companies that the keynote speaker has, Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong owns the first Ghanaian-owned, and the emphasis is very, very important, the first Ghanaian-owned and the largest one-man steel company in the whole of Africa, estimated to be close to 100 million US dollars. Go to Tama and see. Ladies and gentlemen, in the cold storage industry, I am proud to mention once again that the keynote speaker owns the largest cold stores in the whole of Africa with a combined capacity of over 61,000 metric tons. You can put your hands together for him. He is always driven by the passion of curating jobs for the youth, and as a result, he employs over 7,000 workers in Ghana and beyond. We cannot pretend to finish the introduction without mentioning to you that in the world of politics, Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong is a highly successful and astute politician with over 4 decades of political experience. Just for you to know, he's a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, which was formed in 1992. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong, again, is the former member of parliament for Asin Central, having served Asin Central for 24 solid years, from the year 2020 to the year 2024. 24 solid years of unbroken parliamentary service. Ladies and gentlemen, just recently, you would agree with me, in the year 2023, the keynote speaker contested the flag bearership of the New Patriotic Party and gave a showdown performance. You can put your hands together better for him. After giving a showdown performance, I am happy to mention that he is still committed to his presidential ambition. And note this, in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, it reads that write the vision because it will certainly come to pass at the appointed time. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to welcome him. The world celebrates him as the father for the fatherless, the hope for the hopeless, the voice for the voiceless, the compassionate man, the incorruptible man. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a leader, patriotic, honest, disciplined, fearless, bold, decisive, incorruptible. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, let us welcome Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong. Continue to show your love. Continue to put your hands together for Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong.
It's already too late. I've already come too far. It's already too late. I can never turn back. It's already too late. It won't make sense. Where am I going to? It's already too late. I've already come too far.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me say good afternoon to you all. Before I speak, I first want to extend congratulations messages to the organizers of this program and say a big thank you to you for what you have done and what we are seeing this afternoon. Thank you very much. Again, I want to have different faces here. I don't know the description to give. So I will say a big thank you to everybody present here, including my team. This afternoon, I've been charged to speak on entrepreneurship and leadership. First of all, I want to talk about entrepreneurship before I go to the leadership. One will ask, who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is an individual who takes risk to create businesses and also enjoy the rewards. Simple put. But if you talk about entrepreneurship, I know you are all educated, and therefore you have pretty good knowledge about entrepreneurship. But what you learned in the classroom, although it's applicable when we are really doing business, but there are certain things that are not taught in the classrooms, and which I want to do justice to it, so that you become informed with what you have learned in school and what you are going to be confronted with as an entrepreneur when you come out of college. First, I'll use myself as an example to motivate those of you here, especially the young men and women who have decided to come, leaving everything, your studies. I hear some of you have exams, just to come and listen to me. I will share my personal experience with you for you to know that entrepreneurs are not born, but they are made. Entrepreneurs are made, they are not born. So those of you who take consolation and say that, oh, entrepreneurs are born and therefore if I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not capable of doing it, it is not true. Entrepreneurs are made. And you can emulate it from successful people. And through that, you can also call yourself an entrepreneur when you begin to establish businesses. Now, we have 7 qualities of an entrepreneur. First, I want the students to write it down. First is vision. Second is courage. Third is integrity. Fourth, focus. 5, foresight. 6, courage. And 7, cooperation. When you have these 7 areas and you focus on it, you can be an entrepreneur. But this side of the world, I want to bring it home to you that to be an entrepreneur, first, you need to have the vision that I'm not going to work for an organization for the rest of my life, but I want to also employ people. When you have that vision, it means you are preparing yourself to become an entrepreneur, one who will create businesses and opportunities for others also to enjoy. And this vision, those who have a vision is those who think of the future. They are not complacent of today, but rather think of tomorrow, what they are going to do. When we have such people believing in the future, then you can say that they have a vision. It is not only the vision. You need to be courageous. You need to take bold decisions. That is what we call in economics risk. You have to take risk. Why it is necessary to take risk is that all of us have dreams to be somebody in future. But the courage to take your destiny into your own hands, if you are not a risk taker, you cannot be an entrepreneur. So to be an entrepreneur, you have to take risk. And do not be a